You are now listening to The Beat Basement, Season 7, Episode 5.
Definitely dope. She was on that whole thing was called the rap battle with Cardi B was there.
It's The Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers, all of them. And this is where it all goes down, where you hear the funky sounds, from the producers who's up and coming to the great ones, all of them. And I'm your host, Swish, and we going in. Everything going in.
Well, on this episode, man, we have one of the coldest coming all the way from one of the coldest cities. We had this dude, but when he lays it down, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's sharper than iron. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's making a sword, the best sword ever. You know what I'm saying? For all the nights. And on this episode, we got the blacksmith.
What's going on? Thanks for having me. How you doing? So I didn't really, growing up in the church and playing drums. If you AME Baptist, you travel to other churches. You go to like Usher Days and stuff like that. So like once I knew that I was able to play in front of different people, and there was like always a little competition when you go to another church and you see another drummer there. You know what I mean?
So that's where the competitiveness in you started.
Right.
That's where it started.
Yeah. So, you go to different churches, you go to a whole bunch of different black churches, and you always looking for the drummer, like, let me see what type of skills he got on. And then when the guest choir come up, you just throw it all on the drum set, you know what I mean? So I knew, once I got the respect, certain people coming up to me asking me if I took lessons, and there's still a lot for me to learn. You never stop learning, but
right.
Yeah, man. Ever since that, probably around 15, you know what I mean? 15, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And quick side note. I don't know how far Hamlin, the NFL Buffalo Bills safety.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to him and his family. Yeah, definitely. It's funny because I was actually in my bedroom making some beats, and my phone was going crazy, and I just so happened to pick it up probably like around this time last night, and I just so happened to pick it up, and I was seeing that prayers go out to the Bills, number three. So I was doing some searching, some digging, and I seen the hit, bro. Just prayers go out to him and his family. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe we can do a cook up, a live cook up tonight. Dedicated to him. If you don't mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could try to.
I know he's from the Pittsburg area.
Yeah, he definitely went to Pitt. I think he's from Meat Rocks, which I don't think that's too far from where I grew up. I grew up I was born in around Aliquippa, Ambridge, Swickley, Monaca. Shout out to the 724 412. I believe the area code is. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, so once your cousin got y'all got together, is he still part of the the grind?
So we we kind of separate, we kind of part ways. We had some disagreements, which happens all the time.
Right.
But you got,
especially in the music industry.
Right, exactly. There's a balance. You can keep the balance. And even though we can't agree on this level as family, we should still be able to agree. You understand what I'm saying? To disagree.
Right.
So I should still be able to be like, yo, cuz, what's up? So we trying to get back on that level. But I come from a big family, so I got other cousins.
Right.
So 2 years ago, I did me and my cousin from Texas. Shout out to Jalil for real. He's one of the hardest working artists out there in Austin, Texas. Shout out to Austin, Texas.
Shout out.
Longhorns, you know what I mean? Hook 'em.
Yes, sir.
But I did an album with him. It's on Spotify, Apple,
nice.
iTunes, everywhere. called Sacrifices, and I gave him some other beats. He put me on some of his other albums, so that's who I've really been working with. I got some artists that are around my hometown, Reading.
Hold on, Blacksmith. Give us his name and where we can get the album at again.
No doubt. So artist name is Jaleel For Real. Jaheel. I'm sorry, Jaheelfareal. Jaleel For Real. That's Instagram, Facebook. You can get the album Sacrifices, probably SoundCloud. I know it's on iTunes. I know it's on Spotify. And he's got some other albums that are out there too, so that I'm on. So just don't stop there. You know what I mean?
You're right. Your journey with the music took you all the way to a music school, music program. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, shout out to Full Sail University. It was really dope. They actually gave me a lot of my tools right away. Classes were pretty good until it got to the part where it was time to read music. It was like Chinese, bro. And it's kind of Chinese to me, you know what I mean? Like, this was 5 years ago now that I've graduated. And
they said music theory is...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They said music theory is like, I mean, once you go down that rabbit hole, I mean, there's no ending.
Right. I mean, and you have to, like, you got to put the hours into it. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that God has given me a gift. I'm out here just trying to show the world the gift that God has given me, but I also got to put in the work to keep the gift. You know what I mean? So
yes, sir.
I definitely went to the school to try to just sharpen the tools, and I definitely learned things that YouTube probably could have taught me, but it would have took me a whole bunch of man hours to watch videos when I got the classes, I got the instructors, you know what I mean? So it was definitely a interesting journey, a hard journey, a hard fought journey, but you see it right there, baby. I got it. I mean, I sometimes, people be like, the paper don't mean a lot, but it meant something to me. It was a compliment to me. So, like, I know that I can do this. You understand what I'm saying? I just gotta keep putting myself in the right place at the right time, keep networking, and it'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah, that should be a constant reminder.
Facts.
That, you making it, you doing it, you're on the path, you're on the right path. Period. Always a reminder.
Sweating like a dog on stage, bro.
A lot of people can't even do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let alone, even try to craft, Yeah, man. So tell us about how you got the name The Blacksmith.
So one of my cousins,
wait, hold on. That is a dope name. That's one of the dopest producer names that I've ever heard.
Appreciate you. So I definitely got to shout out my cousin Tony for giving me that name. I was with my cousin that we started all this with, and I was just going through some names. I was just going to call myself Mel's. You know what I mean? Whatever. I didn't know. You know what I mean? So he was sitting there talking, and he was like, you know what? He basically the introduction that you gave to this podcast was kind of basically what he was saying. He was like, the way you make those beats, it's like you're sharpening iron, and he was basically saying, a lot of what you were almost saying, just a different way. He was a little intoxicated, but it made it even better because it's the way he expressed it. I was like, yo, man, like, I'm feeling that. Like, I'm feeling that. Yeah, so shout out to my cousin Tony for that. Yeah, so it kind of stuck with, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
Shout out Tony for that dope name, man.
Yeah.
Now, how does it resonate with you? Like, how does it pair with you?
So I also went to school for welding, which is funny. So, like, I was going to call the building that I'm eventually getting and call it the Forge Studios, because that's where Blacksmith makes all his all his, the weapons, whatever he makes,
Yeah.
So that's how I felt like it almost resonated with me. As soon as he said that, what a blacksmith does, that's what I was trying to do after graduation, because like I said, I was just playing drums, up until 7 years ago, so.
That's perfect, man. Tell us a story about music that you'll never forget.
Well, I'll never forget what actually what made me want to get a beat machine. I seen the Young Guns and Swiss Beats video. It was time to set it off. It's time to set it off. You know what I mean? And he had everybody in the hallway, and he had the beat machine like on his shoulders, like he was LL Cool J with the radio. And he's like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, just sitting there in my bedroom, like, yo, that's what I've been looking for. That's what I've been looking for the whole time. You know what I mean? But those were like, $800 machines, $1,000 machines, and I was still living with my parents. That they wasn't trying to give me that. You know what I mean? So I wasn't the only child. So that's a cool story. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with the artist named Beans. She's also from Berks County. Shout out to Beans. We did something at the Goggle Works. All acoustic instruments, drummer, keyboard, bassist, guitarist. It was great. We did a song that she actually has on one of her albums, and the song is called Sometimes. Now the track,
she sings, don't she?
Oh, yeah, she do the rap melody singing thing,
Got you.
Yeah. But she go hard though. She definitely dope. She was on that whole thing was called the rap battle with Cardi B was there.
Oh,
talking about
that was dope. Talk to us a little bit about this beat making, man, because you got some pretty fire beats.
Appreciate you.
What software do you use?
So I use MPC. I use that to make all my beats, and then when it's time to record and do any mixing, I go right to Pro Tools. I'll mix the beat down in MPC, track it all out, separate the drums and stuff like that. Do the levels there, and then export it over to Pro Tools and go from there.
Do you start with a melody, or do you start with the drums? I know you're a drummer. So.
it all depends on the mood, man. Whatever the mood strikes. Sometimes I'll go for a melody. Sometimes I'll go straight for the drums. It's half and half. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about these loop makers taking? Do they deserve half the credit for if a song blows?
I mean, that'd be the same. That'd be the same thing about Fruity Loops. The Fruity Loops producers. They just drag and drop. I mean, I'm sitting here pushing buttons. You know what I mean? So, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm not going to sit there and discredit anybody. The way you get it, the way you get it. So,
okay, all right. Hey, this top of the year, New Year's cook up. It's the cook up time for the cook up. Demar Hamlin, this is a Hamlin. This is a tribute to you. And here we go.
Shout out number 3, Buffalo Bills, baby.
The only one that can tell you you can't win is you. And you don't have to listen. Jessica Ennis Hill. Yeah, man. You hear that voice in you that tell you, man, give up, stop. You ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna win. That's that outside voice that was adopted in you. That was from the outside. That's all the insecurities of this world that's trying to tell your inner self that you can't win. Deep down inside, listen to your soul. Your soul gonna tell you you can win. You can conquer. You can be great. You can overcome. So keep digging. Dig into that realm of disbelief where you don't have to believe that other voice, the bad voice that's in you, that's telling you you can't win. Because you can. You can win in life and everything you put your mind to. God said so. That's my word, y'all. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Peace.